Greetings, Soulswind here, and welcome to Let's Play Total Annihilation. This is the last video of this series, and it will be a compilation of several experimental footage and a montage of different experiments and different segments to test out some questions that we may have about certain missions and some doubts or some suspicions. It will be mostly forwarded videos with sped up segments. Still, I hope you enjoy it. So this segment is an add-on to Core Campaign's Mission 16, Departing Rougpelt. We had conducted an experiment to find out exactly what would have triggered the enemy airplanes to move out and thereby prematurely ending the mission. This is our starting point, and we're not given any sort of useful anti-air, in fact, none. Okay, basically none. We don't have any missiles, rockets, or whatever. So we would definitely lose if even one gunship moves out. Why? Because we won't be able to target them. We are all plasma, lasers, and everything. Maybe the can might do something if the gunship fumbles up, but the targeting is slow. Anyway, so we wouldn't be able to do anything against those units, but they move out randomly. There were some signs that pointed towards meteor showers being centralized in a central location, but we couldn't find out more information until one of the missions near the very end of the ARM campaign. When I was doing some experimentation after completing a mission, I realized something. If you hover the cursor above a unit, it actually says waiting for attack as its status at the bottom of the screen. This means that these units here are being told to wait for an attack on something. As far as I know, there is no way to designate coordinates on the ground to be attacked, which means that they're probably waiting for a certain unit or building or their plural forms to be attacked. So I tried out various objects, various buildings and units, and let's see what I found. Let's go. I think you can tell already from where I centered my screen, but here, let's have an ARM PV on group 1, which is this enemy. Okay, look, these meteor showers on this side, they will only cause these units to move. That's all. It will only cause these units to move. Nothing at the top is moving, right? There's damage being dealt on these spiders and everything, but let's move our PV back here. We need our PV here. See, even the solar collectors, sometimes in fact, even if you damage the planes themselves, let me show you, PW1, even if you damage the plane themselves, oops, hang on, hello, yeah, okay, they are waiting for attack, but this doesn't count as an attack. So an attack on the plane themselves don't matter. So what matters then? Okay, see? Nothing. So what matters then? My apologies for restarting. The units were being moved out towards our commander and our units at the bottom, and it's only a matter of time before the whole game just ends. So I had to restart. So basically what I was trying to say was, if you target this bulldog, let's try. Let's target something at the side. Okay, we already saw this. We already saw this meteor. Okay, we target this one on the side. What happens? It moves. These don't get a number, so they are not moving. I'm pressing S to stop my PV first. Nope, nothing, right? If we target this one, oh, okay, never mind. Come on. Come on. Fido's being attacked. Never mind. If I target this one, it moves. See, the Fido getting attacked, but they are still waiting for an attack. We targeted this one, we attacked and damaged this one. Nothing, right? Nothing. Still no movement. How about the one in the middle? Let's attack it. See? Attacked. It's moving. Look. They start moving out. Here, here. And if that's the case, you see these being assigned numbers. You see these gunships begin to move out. And there we go. We know and we have our answer. Basically, it's the central bulldog. So as long as the meteor shower doesn't hit the central bulldog, and it will be fine. But as we all know, we cannot control the meteor shower or where it attacks. So we may also accidentally attack the central bulldog if we just want to rush our units forward. That will trigger the gunships as well. So the only way around is probably to sneak around the back, hoping that meteor showers don't go on the central region, and then have our commander sneak in from here and hopefully capture this within a minute before causing these planes to move, or otherwise use the gun to destroy these planes first, and then we'll be safe, right? Yeah, so now we have our answer and we know what happens. It's still RNG, of course, because of the meteor shower, but at least we know what triggers it. That's all for this segment. Okay, this segment is just to show off one particular trait of the codes that we can type in. It's not exactly a cheat code, it's just shall we say aesthetics or something like that. Basically, our units respond like that. Oops. You can hear that they respond this way, right? And if you move them, it's like that, and like that. I don't know if it applies to the commander, but if we type sing, oops. Yeah, that's what happens. Move it. When it arrives, call it. Tell it to build something small.
Honk.
And when it completes, attack, stop, repair, reclaim, just stop here for now. Oh. Oh, they have does it apply to buildings? Let's see. It does. So sometimes when we select, it says something different, but most of the time it's the same thing. Honk, right? I'm spamming.
Honk.
Yeah. How about the others?
Honk.
Yeah, same thing. So if we are tired of it, which I think we will, just type sync. Just type sing and it comes back. Much better, isn't it? Yeah. That's all for this segment. This segment is about battle tactics arm very short, charging the line. While I was editing this mission, I found something wrong with my progress that I felt could be improved, and that is when I was trying to go straight to the base without building at the bottom right hand corner, I missed out 2 shadows, and those 2 were destroying all my structures. So instead of building at the bottom right hand corner, what I'll do is that I'll actually destroy the shadows and head straight left to the base again. And we'll see if this time round it's going to work. Again, I'll just speed up the video so you don't have to sit through the whole thing, because I'll be putting it at low speed so that I can shoot properly. See you in just a short while. Yes, so as you've seen there, it was possible to just rush to the base as long as we take out the shadows, because they will be able to destroy the newly built solar collectors and deny us of energy. Even so, it was very close because surprisingly the Goliath's aim was so good, and every of the LLT shot consumed energy and we didn't have much to begin with. So it was kind of close, but we did it. That concludes this segment. Okay, so this segment is about trying to show that the transport ship can load more than just like 6 or 8. The 6 or 8 is very easy to test, just, load them normally, like select the transport and try to load them and queue up a few, or actually if you queue up you may actually be able to get a few more, but just load them normally, select the transport, load one and then load the next one, and yeah, you can easily find out at 6 or 8 or thereabouts. But we're trying to prove here that it can load probably like 60, even 70 if you do it the weird way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hotkey this transport, make it go like very far away, and then while holding on the shift key, just look for the very end of the units that I've queued up along the coast. So we'll hold on to shift, press load L and start loading all these things. I'll probably speed up the video because there's no point in you know, watching me queue up everything. So it'll be maybe double or triple the speed. Just make it still look clear enough to see me clicking on all these units. But yes, I need the game speed to be lower so that the transport is given time to move away from this place before it starts loading the first one. Because at a certain point, the cursor becomes something that don't allow us to click, like it's no longer the load cursor, and by then we won't be able to load anymore, like maybe when it has got a load of about 6 or 8 on board. So that's why we need it to be as far as possible, and I just hope that the enemy doesn't kill my transport ship. I pinged it so close. This is a skirmish mission. It's basically just for me to do these testing. Yeah, I don't even know how many. So I'll put it on screen. Yeah, I just put it on screen, the number of things loaded, and I'll track it and probably speed the game up. And that's it. So you'll see the final count on the screen right now while I pause the game, and if it can load, it can definitely unload. So I'll show the unloading also to show that the units are not bugged out in the transport and they can be unloaded as well. So now we'll be testing the unloading part of the fully loaded transport with that many number of units, and this part is actually easier. So we just be pressing U to unload any unit from the transport ship, I think by the order of first in, last out. So yes, we'll be just clicking, holding shift and clicking along the coast, while anything that's been unloaded, we'll move them away from the coast. So we just queue up a few first, and then we'll start moving them. Let's unpause. Again, the count will be on the screen. Any more? No more. That's it. So you'll be able to see the number of units unloaded, and yeah, that's every unit that was loaded into the transport ship. So indeed, the transport ship can carry this number of units. That's it for this segment. This segment is about core campaign mission 4, Enough is Enough. We had a war of attrition, and then we tried playing it normally and sending out our units faster so that the enemies don't have enough time to build up so much. But this time around, let's see if we can just send the commander in by itself and reduce the losses to 0, meanwhile speeding up the game even more. Of course, we will need to set up a few energy production, but that's about it. Let's go. I may just speed up the video so that, you don't have to sit through this whole thing one more time. You'll hear music instead. So yes, I was able to keep the losses down, but I think I got one loss from somewhere, maybe the radar tower, or I cancelled my building or something. Yeah, it is possible to keep it down to 0, definitely. I was just careless. But yes, we did this in like what, 16 minutes in game time. And yes, much faster. It is possible to keep the commander alive and move him through. Yeah, oh, I think I degunned one of my solar panel. Anyway, so this concludes this segment.
The inspired strategic mind of the ARM commander triumphed once again. In an engagement which would be studied by historians and military experts for generations, the commander's skillful tactical use of outgunned ARM forces overcame the lumbering Krogoths. The enemy's secret weapons project was crushed, its manufacturing gantries destroyed. The Corps would not recover from the blow as the ARM marched onward to inevitable victory.
This marks the end of the Total Annihilation series for now. Thank you once again for watching my videos. I really hope you like what I've put up, and please let me know what can be improved, if any, and I'll try to. So yeah, I think that's all for now. I'll see you in the next series, in the next game. And who knows, I may come back to do the core contingency expansion in the future. That's all I have for now. Have a nice day.